Hi friends, so I'm back with another video. This is going to be our October recap, and we'll see what worked and what didn't work for us in the month of October, plus just look into a couple of little things that we did. So today's November 1st. I hope if you celebrate that you had a happy Samhain, Halloween, Day of the Dead, Fetgeti, whatever you celebrate. I hope that it was a wonderful and safe time. I don't know about y'all, but for me, the month of October was just a little trippy, a little weird. I don't know if it was all those eclipses, what was going on, but it was just so like busy and jam-packed. I did not nearly do as many things as I typically do. So for school, the girls already had like 2 in-service days, or I don't know, some kind of holiday, I don't know what was going on, but we had 2 days off. So we had like a 4-day weekend on 1 week, and then we also took time off to go on a couple of field trips. And so we had a very busy month. That's 4 days gone out of what, like 22 days, I think it was, for this month. So we had a lot of things jam-packed. Anyhow, I'm hoping that this video isn't too long, but the way I talk and I'm so long-winded, I'm assuming that it's going to be pretty long. So please bear with me. This month we did get through this book. It was really fun. It's like a mystery book, super fun. They do have the show on Hulu. We did watch the show. I finished it. The girls did not. They're I think like 1 episode away from season 2, or we might be on season 2. I don't know, but we have to pick it up. The episodes are like 30 minutes. A little spicy, probably, you know, more for the junior high school age group, as well as the book, but it's really good. The book is so different from the show, so I'm glad that we were able to do both and just see how that goes. There are 2 other books with this. I did not realize that. I did not know that. I did not research. So the book kind of left off at a cliffhanger, and then I'm like, oh my gosh. So I guess my daughter had Googled it, and she's like, yeah, Mom, there's 2 more books. And I'm like, what in the world? So I don't know if we'll be reading those or not, but we'll see what happens. So after reading, we then do math. We're still doing our Learn Math Fast system. I really do like the system, straight to the point. It does go rather quickly. But again, she has the printables online that you can print out if you need extra help. Last month, we did a lot of multiplication, just like regular multiplication, learning tips, tricks, that type of thing. We did a little bit of dividing. Right now, we're at a point where we're doing like triple digit by double digit multiplication and triple digit by triple digit multiplication, in which we are slowing down on that because I'm seeing that my girls are having a problem. It's not that they can't multiply. It's just when it comes to lining it up, for whatever reason, they're not lining it up. And so of course, if you're not lining it up, you're not going to get the problem right. So we're just slowing down on that part, which again, this system is made for that. It's made for you to be able to slow down. One thing working against this is we are starting from the beginning and trying to work our way up to 7th grade, which I think is like book 3. So I think maybe halfway into book 3. I can't really remember. I'm going to have to look it up again. But I think halfway into book 3 that we should be good, and we're doing pretty well. We just have a little bit more, and then we'll be moving into book 2. I'm assuming maybe beginning of December, early January, we'll be moving into book 2, and then book 2 and 3 are smaller than this book, so it should work out. After math, they journal. And they're doing this one right through it. I don't read their journals. It's their own personal private things. I want them to feel comfortable, but I want them to learn how to journal and also practice writing. So they're working on this one still. And then they're also doing this Wreck-It journal. Again, they don't like it. It's gross, nasty, but they said they'll just stick through it. And I had them do both of them because I knew this one would be really easy and the other one's a little bit more of like thinking through your stuff. So yeah, and I myself too journal. I finished one, and then I picked this one next, which is really easy breezy. This is like a very beginner friendly, like if you're trying to do shadow work or journal or whatever you want to call it. This one's really easy. I got it from Five Below, $5. It was a couple of years ago. I haven't seen it lately, but it's super easy, but at the same time it does a lot of work and gets you to start processing and looking at things that you need to look at. After math, we not math, after journaling, we do language. So last month we were doing the Evan Moore sentences, which I don't know where it went, but we were doing that. This month, this came, and so we dropped that and we did grammar. This says 5+. I do have this one, and then I have the middle grade one that I ordered as well. And so once we're done with this, we'll move over into the middle grade. But I wanted to take them back just to refresh some of those skills so that they have them, especially with grammar, because I suck in the area of grammar. Like, that is my worst subject. Grammar, like, horrible. Like, no. But so I just wanted them to go back and refresh and have those basics, and then we'll move forward from there. But this book is really easy. We just do like 1 page a day. It tells you about like what we're working on, what part of grammar we're working on, I should say, and then it gives you an activity. And I love this one because all the stuff is about Black people. And so I just think that's a really strong foundation where they're just learning more information about who they are and just being able to be proud about that. So that's that. And then we're keeping on with this spelling. It's really nice. I don't make them do a spelling test. Typically, I think you're supposed to work Monday through Thursday on this book, and then Friday you do a spelling test. I just have them do the words. If it's a word we don't know or something like that, we as in them, we Google it, we look it up, we find out the definition and things like that. So it just works out. I don't like them to have a lot of pressure on themselves and go crazy because it's not even worth it. I know when I was in public school, like, you study for all these tests and then you flip and forget and you drive yourself nuts. So I'm not trying to do that. After language, we do science. So my plan for science was to skip around in this book, which we ended up reading the whole book. It is such an easy book. I'm like starting to like this. I think we've read other books by them. It had a lot of nice pictures, and the wording in the book is just so easy. Like, I love the Welcome to the Museum series, but they, like, the words in there, it just trips me up. And maybe it's just me because, again, I'm not great at like grammar and stuff like that. I am pretty good at reading aside from that, but it's just too much. It's like all these scientific words and things, and I'm like, I'm not a scientist. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Does anyone else feel like that? Has anyone else like done those series? This one, short, sweet, to the point, nice. We read through the whole thing. While we were reading, the girls would take out their phones sometime, Google stuff, have questions, whatever. We look into it and just keep it pushing. It worked out. One thing that we didn't do, however, was our little book, and I had printed out these planet sheets and stuff like that. So we're going to work on that this month. We're just going to work in here. We're going to, let me see. We're going to learn about the glyphs, the planets, like all that stuff. And then so also with science, we were doing this astrology deck, and I think I showed it, but we just did like 3 words a week, or not 3 words, 3 like planets a week. And so we would do like study a couple of days, and then I'd quiz them, and they'd have to give me like 3 words that were on the little card so that they can start learning and recognizing what each planet represents. Okay, so that was science. History, we read these 3 books. Salem Witch Trial. All these books were really good. They all were the same thing though. It was just the same information over and over and over. And so you just really get to let that sink in. Now, they were the same, but they were like different levels, I would say. This one, the first one was the easiest, then this was the middle, and then this was the hardest. And by no means was any of them hard. This one was just easier because it's like a graphic novel, lots of pictures for the kids and stuff like that, and less like wording, and you can get through it super quickly. It does have this lady's name on there who was part of the Salem Witch Trials, but it is not just her story. It is more so her story, but it does give a little bit of background information on the witch trials, and it would be very easy for, younger kids if you wanted to get them started on that. This one gave a little bit more information, well-rounded, and talked about the witch trials as a whole. Same thing here, and this was actually the first one that we read, and the girls loved it. It's a little bit darker, but they loved learning all the information and stuff like that in there. They had so many questions, and they just thought it was so funny and ridiculous how they were just accusing any and everybody, down to animals, of being witches. With that, we also had got this CSI thing for the Salem witch trials. It was okay. Nothing spectacular kind of thing. It's just giving your opinion on if you think a certain theory or whatever would withhold for the witch trials, because no one knows what really happened, why these people went nutsy cuckoo like that. And so it's just kind of like, here's 4 reasons that this could have happened, and what do you think, kind of thing. Nothing major. I don't know, I was more excited for it, thinking it was going to be something different than it was. So then after history, I read to the girls. So my plan was really to read this book and this one. So for this month, we scrapped this. I read a couple of the stories, and I was just like, too much for my brain. So I know what's going over the kids' heads. This one they really liked. This was a book from Five Below. So if you're into gods and goddesses, this one was pretty cool. After reading Mondays, they do tarot, so we kept with the tarot journal. And then and we didn't do that good with the tarot, but it is what it is. Homeschool, flexible kind of thing. And then they'll silent read, and they can do either of those in either order. They're supposed to silent read tarot. And we only do tarot on Mondays. We do it once a week to see like what we should work on for the week. And then that helps them like learn the cards and things like that, as well as get in tune with their self. And then the next Monday, they kind of look back and say like, did I work on this or not? And then they figure out something new to work on for the new week. And them cards be reading, because my kids, my older daughter is like, I don't want this card. It keeps telling me this. It keeps telling me this. And I'm just like, well, listen to the tarot. Do what you need to do, girl. So, beyond that, October is our like a fun month for the holidays. I try to do fun stuff. So this month we went on a field trip to Cal Poly Pomona, and they had a pumpkin patch. Let me think. My brain just like left me. But so for the pumpkin patch, they went on a hayride. They had animals. They had a corn maze. They had a big corn maze, and they had a little corn maze. And they also had a sunflower maze, and then they had the patch. So we just did that, made a day of it, and did some other stuff while we were out in that area. And it was fun. Also for the week, or for the month, each of us got to pick a week to do something. So for that week, we picked different things. Let me see. My one daughter wanted to do a nature walk, so we went hiking at Etowanda Falls, down in, I think, Rancho Cucamonga or something area. And then my other daughter wanted to play Uno, so we played Uno. And then we also did a few paint nights, and I will try to insert the pictures. I'm not very good at editing and stuff. That's why I just try to do like one and done. But I'm going to try to insert the pictures from the different paint nights in this video clip. And then that was pretty much it for the month of October. Let's see, on the 1st, we also do, like, I do the boo buckets with them, and then I also do breakfast for them, so we do like a spooky breakfast. We also did, everybody got to pick a meal that they wanted to do, like a spooky dessert, an activity, and it was just a good time. And then yesterday for Halloween, I also did breakfast for them again, and then I gave them a little bucket because we did not get a chance to go out trunk-or-treating or anything. So, and I knew we were going to pass out candy, so I just got them some snacks and stuff, because we usually eat, watch a movie, and pass out candy as the little trick-or-treaters come through. And last night, oddly enough, we got a lot of teens, and I thought that was pretty cool, that teens were out just having fun instead of doing, you know, like naughty stuff. So all in all, October was a great, crazy month for us, and I hope it was a great month for you too. Into the next video. Bye.